Hey guys, it is midnight here in Minnesota. Wait, did I just do the accent? I think I just did, but I don't know. Who cares? Anyway, I'm gonna talk about two things, but the first thing I'm gonna talk about is today was our school's last day before Christmas break. So technically I'm already on Christmas break because it's Friday night. So let's rewind here. So usually over Christmas break, it's a pretty huge deal because usually when you come back from Christmas break, schedules change. You have different teachers, different classes, etc. This morning, since my mom was working from home today, she let me sleep in because she could just take me to school, no problem. At one point, I opened my eyes finally, and I was trying to get back to sleep, but I was just laying there in my bed thinking that I had to, or realizing that I had to say goodbye to my teachers today because I won't have some of them after Christmas break. So sad. I was mainly concerned about my first hour teacher because when I sleep in like that, I usually miss first hour. So when I was laying in my bed thinking about that for a little bit, I got up, got ready for school, told my mom that I had to say goodbye to some teachers, again, sadly. So we hopped in the car, and I got to school. I wasn't late or anything, so I don't know what I was worrying about, missing my first hours, and that I won't get to say goodbye to my first hour teacher. I wasn't late to school, but I was late to class. But I was only like 1 or 2 minutes late to class. That was just because I had to go to my locker and take off my coat and stuff. After I got done putting my coat in my locker and my stuff in my locker, well, it's just my coat, but we'll just say stuff. Once I got done putting my stuff in my locker, I headed to my first hour, which was on the same floor my locker was, or is. And since it was the week before on Christmas break, we had finals. If you're not familiar with finals in your state, country, whatever, wherever you're watching this, if you're not familiar with finals, that's what we do. It's basically just a big tests, multiple tests that teachers give out to students before a major break like this. So since it was finals week, we did a final. I didn't have the patience anymore. I was done with finals from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and not Friday. Thankfully, I can take a break until January 3rd, which is gonna be next year. Technically next year, because 2024 isn't coming up until next weekend, I think. I don't know, I gotta check on that. I got the final done, no big deal. After class, wait, actually no, let's resume that. So, I got done with the final before class ended. So right away when I got done with my final, I couldn't find my Chromebook. Long story short, it was in my backpack. Like it always is during the school day. Silly me. But as soon as I found it, it was like we didn't even have like 3 minutes until class was over. So I just opened my Chromebook real quick, headed to Google Docs because yesterday in Target I found out that I won't have the same biology teacher that I do now after Christmas break. I yelled no out loud in Target because I found that I won't have the teacher that I have now after Christmas break. I looked it up on a certain school website. I'm too lazy to explain, so I won't, but I looked it up on a certain school website that we have. Well, it's not actually a website, it's like a grade checker. Whatever, it's hard to explain. Anyway, I checked on that. That's how I knew that I won't have these teachers anymore. Or at least some. Anyway, back on topic. I opened my Chromebook to Google Docs, but I didn't have time to type in there what I wanted to say to my biology teacher because I will literally miss her that much. So the bell rang, and when I got done packing up my stuff at my desk, I walked by the teacher's desk slowly and mentioned something that I won't have her for a teacher when we come back from Christmas break. And she stared at me and was like, I know, I'll miss you. And I was like, me too. And I left her classroom. I didn't know I was gonna start crying a little bit, but I was trying to force myself not to cry because I don't know, I was just going to, I guess. And this is not like your typical sobbing gonna cry. This was like just 1 or 2 tears I was going to cry, and that was it. So I headed down to my second hour, and usually on Fridays we get to do whatever we wanted in math class because y'all, math literally sucks. So anyway, we got to do whatever we wanted, so I asked to go in the hallway to work on something. And the teacher was like, yeah, it's fine. Go ahead. So I went out there, sat at a table, and sat on a chair like normal people do. And started on that Google Doc. I was gonna write my biology teacher and share it with her. I mostly got all my writing done in that hour, so yeah. I was worried because usually I have a lot of stuff to say in those goodbye documents that I write. I wrote 2 from Mr. F because yeah, there's this new law that, I don't know, it's hard to explain. Let's just say I wrote him 2, and that I had him for 2 years. But since I found out that just yesterday was Thursday, today is Friday. Yesterday when I found out that I won't have her as a teacher when I come back from Christmas break, I was really panicking because I didn't think I was gonna write that much in the goodbye document, which I usually write a lot in those goodbye documents. But I actually wrote quite a lot. Not compared to Mr. F's goodbye document, but it was a lot for just second period. And don't worry, I didn't feel like crying in this my second period because I know I already have my teacher when I come back from Christmas break. But when the bell rang, I headed to my 3rd hour, which was right next to my 2nd hour's classroom, so that's easy to get to. Anyway, I got to my 3rd hour, and we basically did nothing for the whole hour, besides me, because everyone got done with their finals and everything, so the teacher didn't assign any more work because it's literally the last day before Christmas break starts. She assigned, though, a student survey on Google Classroom yesterday, but I was too busy working on finals from other classes that I didn't fill out the survey, so she was just reminding us to fill it out. So I got out my Chromebook and opened the survey, and I was just expecting a survey from our principal and the administrators because that's what our usual surveys are about. But no, this was coming from like the actual teacher asking how students liked her class, like how they like her teaching, what they dislike about her teaching. And literally, as I was answering a question on there, I was about to cry. So, I don't know. I didn't cry, I guess. It was so weird because I kept feeling the need to cry. For most of my teachers I had to say goodbye to, but I had no tears. But obviously, for my 1st hour teacher, I had some 1 or 2 tears to cry. That was it. You're getting sit here because I'm sick of pulling you guys. But anyway, I asked the teacher to go like where I was sitting in 2nd hour, but I went a ways to be alone with my thoughts and started working on that goodbye document for my biology teacher again. And I got it done. Well, I didn't get it done. I was planning on working on it in my other hours if I had the chance to. But that didn't happen with like crazy busy day and like finals or whatever. So I didn't, and I ended up sharing it with her like 6th period. I didn't write in it 6th period. I just shared what I wrote in third period because I was basically done with it. I didn't have much to say at all then. So I shared it with her sixth period. She responded like really quick, which was a surprise because for how much I wrote, I would have thought she would just took her time and read it slowly. And I was sitting in the classroom. I remember sitting in the classroom reading her response to the goodbye document that I shared with her, and I literally was almost in tears again because of how sweet she responded to the document. 7th hour was my biology class, so I went up there and we were watching a movie for 3 days, including today, Friday. We were watching a movie and I thought about going to Target to finish up a final for history, but since it was my last day being in your class, I decided not to go, so I didn't go. After the movie though, we were like near the end of the movie, so after the movie was over, I didn't think my biology teacher was gonna bring out some cookies and some fruit punch, but she did, and we had a mini party. And as I saw those cookies and juice, I knew it was her way of saying goodbye to everyone who won't have her after Christmas break. So I turned around and I was legit holding back tears more than I did in like earlier that day. And I continued to hold back tears until the end of class. We were doing that, and also we were playing Pictionary. As I was trying to hold back tears, which, in my opinion, I did amazing. Amazing how I used to do in the past of holding back my tears. But I think the teacher did notice I was trying to hold back tears because she kept looking at me. She kept peeking over her desk to look at me, which I'm right in front of her desk because, yeah, I don't know. That's just where she sent me. So I'm right in front of her desk, so she peeked over. She could have been just peeking at other students too, I don't know. But if she was peeking at me, I think she was noticing that I was trying to hold back tears, which I don't know how she noticed, because I seemed fine, so I don't know how she probably caught on, but she probably did. I was holding back my tears professionally, if that makes sense. I am also honestly so proud of myself because if you personally know me, I like to express my feelings a lot, like a healthy person does. But yeah, I don't know. I went upstairs I was already upstairs, but I was heading to my 8th hour, and my 8th hour is history, or was, since it's already starting of Christmas break. It was history. That now gets booted out of my schedule because sophomores don't have history. Yeah, I don't know, whatever. It's hard to explain. It's late. I'm tired. Anyway, I had to go to my 8th hour. My 8th hour is history. So I sat down at my desk, and I wanted to stay in there since it was our last day being in that classroom with that specific teacher. But I had to go down to Target because I was nearly close to done with my history final. And my history final was assigned, it was assigned yesterday. So I went down to Target as I was asking her if I could go down to Target at her desk. She said, yeah, I can go in and everything. But I packed up as I was walking off to go back to my desk, to get ready to go down to Target, she told me to have a great break. And I didn't reply. I heard her, but I didn't reply because it was, if I replied, it was gonna sound like I was crying. But again, I did a good job of holding back my tears literally all day. I don't think I'm gonna have time to tell you the second story because it's already midnight and I have to edit this video, which is gonna take forever, which every video that I make takes forever. So bye guys.